Hey everyone, this is Brady Vellaconia, licensed realtor with Keller Williams Central Oregon, and today I am with Brandon Weimer of the Herringbone Books in downtown Redmond. Yep. So I'm meeting with a few of my favorite local businesses here, just wanting to help you guys find some really cool businesses, especially filming this right before Christmas. Excellent way to fill those stockings. So Brandon, thanks for being here with me today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me, I want people to know, how did you get into the book selling business?
Sure. So I got into the book selling business. It was actually a childhood dream of mine to own a bookstore. Nice. And so it'll be 4 years in February that I purchased the bookstore. My previous history, I'd never owned a bookstore. I never worked in a bookstore. It was something that I've always been a passionate reader. I've always been an advocacy for literature, for independent bookstores. Yeah. And so I had a corporate job that I did for a number of years and was able to walk away from that and retire.
So you turned a hobby and a passion into a business.
I did. Yeah,
awesome.
I did. Yeah.
Well, I know personally, before you were even the owner of the bookstore here, when my wife and I first started visiting here 13, 14 years ago, this was like our first stop. We were like, where's the bookstore in town? So, and it survived ever since. I know it's changed hands a few times, but that's great. You've been keeping up the tradition of Redmond. So, one question I have is just a book consumer is how do you pick the books? There's so many out there.
Sure.
What do you do?
It's a great question. So this is a neat little thing that I tell people when they ask, and so. If people could see the threads that people do, so I'll have people that'll come in and order a book, or I'm always asking like, hey, what are you reading, or what, and people who are like, oh, I read this till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah,
I was supposed to go to work, and I was like, ooh, what is this book like? So when I first bought the bookstore, I had a lady who came in who she asked if I had a favorite book, and I was like, well, as I've gotten older, my reading habits have changed different. I have books that are special to me, and she's like, well, I have a favorite book, and she showed me a picture on her phone, and it was a picture of her will that she'd be buried with this first copy edition of The Goldfinch, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that's passion. I was like, oh wow, and so it's interesting. So we have. Our best sellers is based on the Pacific Northwest.
Okay,
so those are what people are reading specifically in the Pacific Northwest, not New York Times necessarily. And so some of it is that. Some of it is I take as a personal challenge if I think there's value in a certain book that I might bring in just to challenge our readers. Maybe they're not familiar or they haven't read, whether it's a foreign author or, and then obviously there are certain books, you walk into a bookstore, you expect to find like Lord of the Rings, and some of those ones that you'd expect
the standards.
The standards. And a lot of times, when people are recommending or asking for books, I just find it really interesting to hear, and so those different threads, and so sometimes I'll remember a person's looking for a book with a particular subject matter, and something will trigger in my mind about this book that this person read that touched their, heart or whatever. And so
it's really more than just going down a list, picking a bunch of books.
Right.
Like you're actively curating.
Right.
So if someone's watching this video and they want to help support you, kind of the local business or a book selling business here in Redmond, but they can't come in.
Right. So
how do they do that?
Yeah, so you can go on our website. It's just Herringbone Books. We have pretty much a shopping cart that you can create and order. And if you're not tech savvy per se, we can answer the phones. Bear with us; it's a little busy right now. So if you don't answer, leave us a message. You can leave us a message. We will get back to you. I've had people just write down a list on paper and just say, "Hey, can you order these for me?" That works too.
And you'll ship.
And we'll ship. Yes,
cool.
We will ship. I just went to the post office today and mailed off 3 books. So, but that being said, they can go on our website. They can search for anything, whether it's bestsellers, new. I have people that have already pre-ordered books that are going to come out in May of next year.
Gotcha.
So
I've done the same thing to him.
Yeah. So
a lot of Brandon Sanderson.
It's a great author. Yeah, if you haven't read him, read him. Yeah, it's good. So they can go on our website. They can look. create. If they're having any kind of technical, difficulties, or just, like I said, not tech savvy, give us a call and we'll be happy to walk you through it.
Awesome. Pop quiz. What are you reading right now?
So, I'm always reading. So during the holidays, my reading, my reading list kind of goes down a little bit, just because we're so busy. But I'm always reading. So the novel idea that just has come out, The Seed Keeper, which is a fantastic book. Finished that, and then I usually have a fiction and nonfiction going.
Cool.
My fiction is
Keep it balanced.
Yeah, I got to keep it balanced. I love history, but you got to break it up with a little bit of fiction. So I'm reading a couple of ARCs, which are advanced reader copies. So they're books that haven't come out yet. One is in the Jade Empire. Fonda Lee, who's a Portland author. This trilogy I described, or it was how I got hooked onto it, was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon movie meets The Godfather.
Okay.
So
that sounds good.
And the
I might have to pre-order that book now.
Yeah, and the third one just can't. So yeah, I'm finishing that off, and then in history, I am reading I think it's on our shelf over there. Sorry, I'm pointing off the camera.
That's all right.
It's in the medieval times.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Brandon, anything that you want to say before we go?
Yeah, to our community, to those who support us online or here in the store, we're so grateful to go through COVID and all of this and still be here. We're a tenacious little bookstore, but we don't survive without the support from our community. And so, that community doing that says something about, hey, wanting a bookstore in their community. And so for that, myself, my family, we're eternally grateful for everyone for doing that. And, we couldn't be happier. I love reading. It's like I said, it's my passion. I love when people come in, they're like sharing, tell me what they read. If you know me, I'm always asking people what they're reading. Like, hey, what are you reading right now? And so those little snippets are, representation of our community. So,
right on.
But yeah,
cool. Well, hey guys, I'm going to have all the details for Brandon and Herringbone Books down below in the comments or in the video description. So be sure to check it out. Take advantage of that online ordering. Fill those stockings for Christmas. So anyway, Brandon,
thank you so much.
much.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you guys.
Have a good
Happy holidays. Thank you.
All right.